All right, hello and welcome. We are back with some NECC Valorant action here for you. We are super excited for this matchup as it is going to be for the third place match here. So Valorant, if you were with us last week, you saw we fell in a extremely close match going on. And so we are looking forward to bouncing back this week. Took it to, it was a best of 3 last week. We took it to the third map, took it to overtime, and just happened to lose in overtime, which happens. Like, all good. No worries. We are ready to bounce back and be ready from it. But unfortunately, because of that, didn't make our way into the finals. And so we are here in this third place match, which, once again, third place is nothing to bat an eye at. You're still on the podium. It's really awesome to be able to get that finish. And then also has some nationals implications here for us, as if you don't win your conference or your divisional championship, which is what's coming up right here, you then have to qualify for nationals based upon about the amount of points that you gain. You get a certain amount of points for where you finish in the regular season, and then you get a certain amount of points for where you finish in the playoffs. And so the third place finish obviously is going to give us some more points than the fourth place finish. So really kind of a big deal for the Larks to go and win that tonight to be able to get a couple more points to kind of help their odds of going into the national tournament. So you're going to see the same lineup here for the Larks. You do have Sky Potatoes, Big Daddy Nick, Asian, Dr. Dan, and Tobias, with the only real difference in the lineup that we've seen most of the time is just Big Daddy Nick has been playing a lot more buys lately than the classic Chamber or KJ that he's been kind of switching back and forth between. So the early drone there from Tejo is able to see a couple there for the Larks. We're going to see, most likely, you're probably going to see the clone and rip here from Sky Potatoes. He's going to go ahead and send his clone in to see if he gets caught by any util. You do lose Tobias there on the entry. Sky Potatoes goes to the back. Tejo seems like he's heard the teleport, so kind of knows that somebody is there. You are going to blind one with it. You blind two with it. Able to get one, though. Yoru is going to be, it's going to be him and Dr. Dan. He's going to try and blind out of it again. Not able to get anything from it, so Dr. Dan all on his lonesome. Possibly going to just try and see if maybe he can get a couple picks here in this pistol round. Biggest thing is there's no reason to save, so eventually he's going to go ahead and push in, try and see if he can get something done. But want to try and see if maybe you get one or two picks here. Kind of get the econ off a little bit. So he's going to try and see if he can find this Sage that was jump peeking. He doesn't connect on it, but the Sage kind of gets a shot off on the running gun. So that's a little interesting right there. Oh, I thought for sure he landed a couple more shots than it. Obviously he did. So the breach for UMT is able to take him down. I will say that's not a super atypical start there for the Larks anyways. Pistol fights have not been their strong suit all year, so hopefully able to kind of bounce back from it. You're going to see bonus round coming forward. Montana Grizzlies is who their opponent is today. They were the #1 seed going into playoffs, ended up losing their semifinal match last week, so joined us here in the third place match, but being the 1 seed obviously shows that they've got at least a good amount of skill right here, so it's going to be a difficult match in front of the Larks. Most likely going to see a lot of back and forth, hopefully. We're about to see some action here mid. Both guys just kind of camping around it. Sky Potatoes not able to get his gun out in time after he breaks wall down. Is 2 there from Montana. But you do get the pick on the other side from Tobias. They're actually going to find pretty much open. No, there is one in heaven. So they're going to try and see if they can dry fire through the smoke. Possibly going to look for maybe even a rotate here. As you've got Big Daddy Nick is on B with full presence. Tejo does know he's there, so they're going to locate. So a big pick there from Tobias. So you start to get the rotation there from Montana. The pick right there is going to give guns to Dr. Dan is going to get one. They do have Raze on backside. I'm not sure if anybody is aware of that. But you're going to allow Nick to be able to come through flank. They're going to go through mid right here. Dr. Dan was able to catch one in the mid. I didn't even see that happen. So in a really good spot right here. Possibly going to see, he does get it on the backside, so a great job from Big Daddy Nick on the flank right there. And Dr. Dan is able to get the final kill of the round. So a thrifty there from the Larks, which is a huge answer, as obviously losing the pistol round makes it so that they have to go into an gun disadvantage. So being able to win in that gun disadvantage is very, very good sign for the Larks going forward. Gotta make sure I get our Smash Bros team checked in here, as they're going to the semifinal of their playoffs later in about 15 minutes. They'll be starting their match. Unfortunately, obviously, we can't stream twice at the same time, so we're going to be recording that one and hopefully re-airing it here later, either tonight or tomorrow. Tail drone does get Ethan right there. He goes to swing around the corner, not able to do it. We don't get the trade either, so a little bit unfortunate right there for the Larks, but does not cost them too much. Just one body. Guy's gonna push in right here. Oh, I'm not sure how Joey got through with that, but he was able to. Tobias not able to get the kill right there. Dr. Dan not able to get a kill there himself. You do get a couple, I think just one there for the Larks in the presence of Sky Potatoes. Oh, behind box. This is my least favorite thing about spectating right here. That is a big pick for them there. Possibly going to look for the blind and pop. Oh, man, the 2K right there, right off the bat for Montana. A really good job of them to hold angles, but that is kind of what we talked about. We saw that a lot in the week 1 matchup there of, or sorry, the semifinal matchup last week is like that play right there. If, I guess, it sounds simple enough, but shots go our way. Like, shots go our way right there. We hit our 2 shots and they don't hit their 2 shots, and it completely flips not only that round on its head, but it completely flips the game on its head, because now not only have you beat them in your bonus round, but you beat them in the next round too. So their econ is extremely off. You're starting to get a little bit rich, all that kind of stuff. And so a couple of shots away from being able to really take a stranglehold of this game, but also, like we talked about, we were in our bonus round because we went and won the second round. So we're going to have a full buy right here. And now it's going to be mano y mano. The nice part for the Larks is we definitely struggle with the trips from Cypher here on split. So it's nice to see that we don't have a Cypher that we have to worry about. Did we get a full clear there from Teo? Did he completely back out? I did not realize that. I thought Sky Potatoes for sure was going to be able to pick one right there. So nobody's going to come flank, so eventually Nick's going to be able to see that all 4 are there and work his way up. Hopefully Sky Potatoes is going to be able to take a little bit of an angle right here. I didn't realize that he has a stinger. Oh, he's able to get one extremely low, so he doesn't get the kill on him, but he does get one low. Oh, no, 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 no! So you're going to see him play time right here. Just shoot. Click, 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 click. Just shoot. Click. Click. No, it's right. Oh, no. The stick. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the unfortunate. That's what we're talking about. That is the toughest part of the spectator cam. Like, I saw that his crosshairs were on the head the whole time. Could have just pulled the trigger, but a really great play there from the Omen to not only TP and get over to the spike, so he kind of throws him off right there, puts the smoke up, and you just kind of have to hope and pray. Maybe at one point in time you go ahead and just push in, but you don't know if he's not sticking, if he's faking it, he's ready to go. And so just a good play there from the Omen, and an unfortunate play for the Larks. And so you see the ultimate come out there from Big Daddy Nick. So all primaries are going to be jammed for just a little bit that were in that radius. I don't think Tejo is in that radius, so he's going to be able to peek around the corner right here and make a play. Tobias Max is going to ult, but he gets immediately pushed there. So ultimate goes out the window pretty quickly. And the Larks are going to lose 3... Oop, not settings. You're going to see them lose 3 rounds in a row there after winning that thrifty round. So obviously did not make the Grizzlies very happy losing their bonus. And they have come back with a vengeance. But now it's just up to the Larks. Hey, once again, I mean, typically, very typically, you see a lot of teams are very strong on the defensive side of things. Just because you're at the advantage. Like, they have to push into you. They have to push into site. They have to plant it, and they have to let it detonate. All you have to do is one job. Like, you just have to not let it detonate. Simple as that. And so, definitely advantage on the defensive side of things, especially on a 2-site map, because you're usually able to have quite a bit of presence on both sites. The Larks just want to make sure that they do a really good job here on offense to keep things close, and then ultimately at the end of the day, like, if you can come out with a lead, like, you're in a really good spot too. Ooh, that was almost really unfortunate timing there for Sky Potatoes. Oh, he gets the flash off, but is not able to get the kill on the Omen. Tobias is going to get blinded there. Oh! Dr. Dan gets saved, but not enough as they get pinched from all angles over there. And so it's going to be up to Big Daddy Nick to try and see if he can pull something off. Not able to do so, so a great play. And the defense is just kind of strangling and suffocating the offense of the Larks so far. And I like, I actually like this timeout here. Obviously you still have room to play here in the round, but in the side, but you've got 4 rounds that are rattled off in a row here for the Grizzlies. You're seeing some things that maybe are kind of catching you off guard. You're not seeing your team make the exact plays that you want them to and everything, and so it's a good time to be able to just kind of take a deep breath, figure out, okay, hey, how do we bounce back from this? What's going on? What are we seeing? What's everybody seeing here? What are we talking about? And then just kind of go from there. Might be interested to see possibly, I mean, we haven't had a ton of success getting onto B. We're getting there. You know what, honestly, it's kind of just a lot of different plays here and there. Like we said, we've seen a couple of plants get down. We've seen a couple of diffuses. We've seen a couple of times that we don't get plant. Like, it's just kind of back and forth right now. And so how do we be able to break through that barrier, break through and see what we're going to be able to get? And it just all kind of starts with being able to talk as a team, take a moment right outside the game when everybody is paused, you're not in the middle of the action, and say, all right, like, hey, what do we got to change here? What do we got to do differently? Because they've got something figured out, and we've got to be able to make the difference. And so you are going to see the change right here is going to be pretty much a full A push. Sky Potatoes is going to go ahead and ult on the site to get some intel of who is all there. He's going to chase down this breach. It gets him out of his ult, so a great job there. So they know that they've got control of site. They're going to work onto it. Most likely, you're going to have probably a couple people that come out of heaven right there, and they already know that. Luckily, the Tejo missiles do not go where they are planting, so that's a great job to be able to kind of have a different look than they normally do. You are going to get Tejo ult, though. Possibly going to lose 1 to it. You only lose 1 to the ult, but you do lose 2 altogether. As Montana basically flips the script here, they're going to get everybody onto site. And you just have Sky Potatoes left. He does have a blind in his pocket, though, so he's going to be able to play a little bit of time, too. Gets a kill right there. And is just going to go ahead and run from the ult, but not able to get away in time. And I think that you're going to be just in time here for... Yeah, you got 3.3 on the clock, so an unfortunate for the Larks. Another great job getting on a site, getting it planted, but... The Montana defense just completely flipped everything on its head. They went from us having complete control of site to forcing us off of site, and now all of a sudden they're all on site. We're up in heaven playing it. It was planted for heaven, though, so that was a really good spot for us. We just, like I said, got to figure out, we're missing shots. We got to figure out how to win those gunfights, and if we're not going to win those gunfights, like, how do we win the match without winning them.
Let's choke them. Toxins going up.
So another A push right here. Larks see that they were happy with getting on the site and getting the plant down. So, hey, why don't we try it again? And we just got to be able to execute a little bit better this time. You are going to see Sage being able to pop around the corner right here. So Sky Potatoes is going to go down early. You do have full control of site. Dr. Dan's going to be able to get Sage from back because he was able to TP on the site. Gets another kill. Looking for another. Not able to get it, though. But does get him extremely low. So it's virtually like a 2.1 v2. Their Omen is going to go ahead and TP over to B. I don't know if they were able to hear the voice comms that showed that he went into his ult. They could also think that he was faking, but this is a good play right here. Big Daddy Nick's going to take his time, just kind of creep through and see where everything is going down. I think Asian gets shot out there as he's coming across ramps. The Omen from the other side is going to go ahead and make his way up. Tejo knows that somebody's going to come from heaven, so he's holding hard angle. Asian's going to push through. He gets one. You are going to get flanked from behind. Oh, Asian and Big Daddy Nick just barely get around the corner in enough time to not take bullets from... Oh, the collat. Just an unfortunate lineup there for the Larks. And they run right into the bullet stream together. Tejo drone's going to come out. They're going to go ahead and hide around it. You lose Sky Potatoes early there on a mid fight. Ultimate comes out there from Asian. Going to try and see where everybody is. They catch one. They know that at least one is there by ropes. He's going to push through. Saw the smoke go through. They get... Oh, fully blind.
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
Tobias has got a 1v3 in his face right here, but they're just going to hold Spike. He's going to have to come up and make the world's craziest play. Oh, this could be interesting. Might be able to get a pick right away. But now his spot has been compromised. He's going to have the raise right there to the right. Maybe if he's able to get that Sage peek out a little bit longer and get the pick right there, something could have happened. But, I mean, with Spike laying right there, you just have a couple... You only have 2 entry points into that room, so you just hold them all. So, again, just a really, really good job from the defense of Montana. Would love to see. I mean, you're staring down the face of an 8-1 right now. You got 3 rounds left in front of you. An 8-4 is a whole different story to be able to go into the halftime switch. The more rounds that you can take, the better. Because, I mean, you go in 8-4, you win your pistol round, you win your bonus round. Now you're 8-6, and now all the pressure is really kind of flipped around. Good shot there from Sky Potatoes. Be able to get that Sage up on the wall. The blind comes through, so it kind of baits the blind out there, but not taking the last spot of the wall. He's going to blind through, catches their Omen, but doesn't see the raise behind. But it looks like Tobias... No, he wasn't. Tobias does swing now, though, and he gets it, and it's going to be a 2v2. Another one in ropes. We'll see. Tobias knows he's there, so that's good. You're going to get the pick right there. They know that Tejo was B because they lost the fight there, so it looks like comms are good right there to be able to tell him, hey, he's got to be on B still, so go ahead and go plant on A. Once this plant goes down, obviously Tejo's going to know that he's A, so it's going to be a 1v1 retake. Tobias going to try and play a close angle here. Maybe catch him off guard. Looks like Tejo is going to go heaven. Don't know if he's going to go for a full push in heaven and drop down from there, if he's just going to try and clear and then go around. But he is going to be heaven. He's going to send rockets back. They are going to go to back site, so it's not going to be where Tobias is. So he's going to go for the full wrap. And he wins it. A thrifty there. So again, winning with the low econ. Tobias does a great job of being able to pull one off for the Larks. Valorant being an extremely momentum-based game once you get one round. As you can see from Montana, a lot of times once you get one round, you really start to rattle some off. Later inside, it's a little bit different, and it's not as crucial with the momentum flipping because Montana has saved up a lot of creds in these last couple of rounds. So they're going to, as you can see, have plenty enough to be able to go and rebuy right away. But still, just the momentum in general saying, hey, okay, we just won this one, let's go win another one kind of thing, it definitely comes into play. You are going to get ult here from Raze. She's going to try and see if she can pick one. She gets to hold on to it for a little bit, so she's trying to see if anybody pushed there. Nobody did. Ah, beautiful job from the Larks to be able to wait it out and just go ahead and get her to waste it. Big Daddy Nick is going to go ahead and use his ultimate, so all the primaries of people that were within it are going to be jammed, which is just going to be 2 of them, I believe. If Sky Potatoes can get this pick right here, there is a smoke that goes up, so it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen right off the bat. He is going to push in with the shorty. They are going to fall back, though, so maybe just try and see if he can hold angle right here. Looks like you're going to get maybe a full rotate. Dr. Dan. Oh, man. Just barely misses the head click right there. I thought for sure he had it. Just Chaotic was just quicker to it. So a big kill, though, from Big Daddy Nick is just going to make things a little funky.
30 seconds left.
Ooh. So Tobias is able to get the kill there. So he's going to go ahead and just have to go and push A. He's going to plant and have a 1v3 in his way. He should have plenty enough time to be able to get the plant off. But then it's just the question of, like, okay, like, where do we hold here? What do we do? Maybe he's going to catch 2. Oh, I thought maybe they were going to line up for him. As Smurf just comes around the corner with Sheriff and gets a one-shot headshot right there. And so the Grizzlies really, really rolling on the offensive side of things. Only have 2 in the negatives and are just really getting carried from the top of the group right there between Chaotic, Corn, Smurf, and Gigaberry. We are seeing some performances that are a little bit shaky and a little bit different from normal from the Larks. But again, a lot of maps have a preference on, and realistically teams have a preference on whether they like attack on a map, whether they like defense on a map. Some maps are made a little bit to be in favor of a defense or an attack push. I'm not sure what happened there. I think the Teo was just waiting for the blind and we pushed in and didn't go for the blind. So Asian able to get an easy one right there. You're going to get the ult here from Tobias. So you're going to get Viper's Pit everywhere. Sky Potato steps directly into the Odin spray. Big Daddy Nick with a judge trying to see if maybe he can catch one. It's going to get one right there. You get a couple of trades, so you're a man up here on the side of the Lark, so a good spot to be, especially with this Viper's Pit down and your Viper still alive. Montana's just going to have to push here in a second, and they are able to get the win. So here is that age-old dilemma here with Valorant. Although obviously not a great first map for us, you get to go into what we call the 9-3 curse. That would make a little bit more sense. The Gigaberry, UMT Gigaberry came in and said that he was lagging extremely hard. That makes sense why he was just staring at the wall So that is an unfortunate play right there. They do have the ping advantage, so most likely it wasn't a ping thing. Might have just been a spike at their center or wherever he is playing at. But now you've got the Larks turned around. On the defense, you would love to see. The big thing with the 9-3 curse is that you want to rally off some right at the very beginning. So it's going to be up to the Larks to be able to see if they can go and grab a pistol victory here. Fast push coming from the Grizzlies. Oh, yep, that's unfortunate. They just pushed exactly when he had his dog out. Maybe Tobias is going to be able to catch a couple coming back through. Sky Potatoes gets 2 down there. Does teleport out so he can be able to play with Nick. And so you do have a 2v3 going on here. Ooh, would have loved to see that. That would have been huge for the Larks. There is going to be an opening. I don't know if we want to take it. Oh, we are going to take it. You know what? I like it.
No more thorns.
That potato is going to come out. Runs right into the sheriff of that Corin Smurf, who has been deadly with the sheriff so far. It seems like they can't even miss with it. And on cue, just the headshots are crazy from Montana right now. Just the diligence of obviously maybe some aim labs work, some whatever they're using, Kovacs. Don't know what it is, but whatever they are using for their aim training is definitely paying off. So you're going to see Montana with another heavy A stack right here. That's the difference in that we talked about when you go and take the lead on the defensive side of things to start the map like you did. You're going to have the ability to be able to say, hey, we can go rush a couple times early. If they get us, like, congratulations. But if they don't, we're going to keep rushing until they're able to figure it out. Big kill there from Asian. Gets 1, not able to get the second one. We'll see if Tobias is able to grab one possibly here. Dr. Dan spamming through the wall. They are able to drop another one, so you're going to have a 2v... Oh, it was a 2v4. Now it's a 2v3. They know where both are. At least they should.
Toxins going up.
Tobias is going to see if he can push out of smoke. He does hear footsteps, so got to be able to push probably out of smoke at the same time here. Doesn't catch anybody, so they know that both are on sights. He sees that both are there. You're going to get a clone coming around. Hopefully they shoot it. Oh, big plays from Sky Potatoes. Didn't even need the clone to be shoot. Great job to be able to come around with the shotgun and grab a couple of kills right there and keep the hopes of the Larks much higher here. Going down to an 11-3 wouldn't have been ideal, especially after you go and win on their bonus. So they're going to have to save here. You're going to have a full buy. And so ideally and on paper, you should be able to go and grab this next round too of having the gun advantage. Our Smash Bros. Teams is playing just outside of the wall over here where our streaming room is. And so I think I heard some cheering going on. I think maybe they're starting their match off great. Default setup here from the Grizzlies, possibly trying to look and see. I think just kind of taking space slow. If you can get a pick, awesome, you go and push that site. If not, you just kind of see, is there a site that's open? Somebody got shot right when I came off of him. I thought Dr. Dan was going to get some action going on right here. He's going to get a chance. He's going to get a chance. He's going to get a chance. Oh, he does get one shot on her. Nice big kill there for the Larks as they're able to get one down and even things up for them. Grizzlies look like they're starting to push. I think I was on the wrong person. I thought I was on Asian. I'm so sorry. But Grizzlies start to push. They're able to get a couple right there. So up 1 here for the Larks.
Toxin screen down.
They don't know exactly where the next ones are coming. Here's some util being used. Here's some steps. Tobias is going to try and see if he can get the wraparound right here. In a really good spot, being able to possibly pinch from both angles. So they know both on site. They catch Dr. Dan, but don't catch Tobias. And yes, they are able to get the kills right there. Keep 3 of them alive too. So 3 guns going into the next round. So really big plays to be able to get some things going here for the Larks. You're also seeing a couple of those, for those of you that are scoreboard watchers at the home, things are starting to even up a little bit better for them, starting to go. I think we're seeing both sides being in favor of the 2 site maps. Seeing that, well, you know, you only got 2 sites to cover, so it's a little bit easier to play the defensive side of things here. So you just got to keep things rolling if you are the Larks. Montana going back to what worked for them at the start of the round and just saying, you know what, let's just go ahead and run straight down Main Street on B. I'm sorry, A. Going for a slow push this time, actually, so very different. A couple of different looks so far, so really doing a good job on the offensive side of things to keep everything on their heels. Not the biggest fan of just going ahead and giving up all this space, and now they've got everyone on site. Ugh. That is a tough place to be for the Larks, but not an impossible place. And again, a couple of picks here and there make this a whole different story. It would be lovely to be able to see and come and possibly find one right here. You are going to get Heaven open back up. Oh, this Viper's wall is actually hiding the Raze right now. Just unfortunate Valorant timing, but it pays off. They're still able to get the swing right there. A couple of kills, though, from Montana is going to get things really difficult now towards the end. They're going to have to push as bomb is getting closer and closer. Spike's going to defuse, going to detonate. Unfortunate reloading right there, but they do get them down to 2. As you knew that they were coming back with their buy. Oh, actually, they all died of Spike, so nobody's carrying guns over until this next round. That definitely helps and plays in favor for the Larks as they're looking at going forward, because you really don't want them continuing to run through and continue to have creds and guns carried over to the next round. You've already got a tough enough task in front of you coming back from 9-3. You don't want to make things too much tougher on yourselves by letting them have a ton of creds saved up. Ooh, Tobias gets one through the smoke. That's actually massive for them to be able to keep things doable here as Montana takes down quite a few to start the round.
Last player standing.
Right as I go to switch, Dr. Dan catches one from Chaotic right there. And so it's going to be up to Tobias to pull off a 1v4. Has been done before, has been done by Tobias before too, so keeping the faith. He's able to catch Chaotic around the corner. You're going to see Corrin's Smurf just holding an angle. Beautiful job there from their Sage to not push too fast right there and just hold angles and make Tobias have to come around the corner. Does so, and is just not able to get the shot. And Montana's now put the Larks against the wall a little bit. We have seen last week by chance, we got to map number 1, got to, I believe it was 12-8, might have even been 12-7, where the Larks were standing in a really good spot to be able to go and grab map number 1, and you saw Simon Fraser rally off 5 in a row to be able to go and win map number 1 and ultimately win the whole game. Twice is going to opt to just go ahead and ult A right here and take that option away from them. Oh, they do get Tejo drone, so actually they spot where Tobias is, so they might push through here and try and just see if they can get them down. Yes, they are going to do so. He gets caught, so there goes Viper's Pit. Really smart play there from the Grizzlies. They're going to catch Asian behind the billboard. And you still have a lot of abilities at the disposal here for Grizzlies. I thought maybe Sky Potatoes is going to be able to grab one or two more. Dr. Dan tries to win 1v3, cannot pull it off. So first map is going to go in favor of the Grizzlies, but it's also a little bit of, like we talked about, kind of that sided map. So defense sided map. They really took a stranglehold of the game to start it, being able to start on the defense side of things. And then the Larks just weren't able to kind of regather themselves and go for it. But the nice part is that they will be able to get the break in between rounds, in between maps. We'll come back on... what did we pick? Let me look real quick. It wasn't us. They picked Ascent. We'll come right back onto Ascent. They will be on the defensive side of things. And then we will get rolling. So hopefully the Larks will be able to have a really good start to the map and put them into kind of the driver's seat. So we'll be back here shortly with map number 2 on Ascent.
grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Ah, turret down. That's done.
Shock dart.
Spike planted.
Scanning ahead.
One enemy remaining.
Placing sentry.
Last player standing.
Placing alarm bot. Turn out. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
suppressed. Obstacle removed.
Spike planted.
Cover going out.
Last player standing.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Spike planted.
Knife deployed. One suppressed. Flashbang. Cancel.
Last player standing.
Knife deployed.
Turret down.
Spike planted. Last player standing. Spike planted. Last player standing.
Shutting them down. Flash.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it. Placing sentry.
Suppressing.
Stay put.
I know exactly where you are.
I am the hunter!
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Watch this!
Joke's over! You're dead! Shut up!
Last player standing.
Cover going out.
Spike planted. Flawless.
Shutting them down. One suppressed.
Out!
Point drawn. Enemy mark.
Placing sentry.
standing.
Fijn stuff, ching, little skrrr, get me done. Yeah?
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Initiate.
Spike planted.
Nowhere to run!
Cover going
Last
out.
player standing.
Stealing sight.
Turret out.
Shadows traveling.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Shadows traveling. Gone. My ultimate is ready.
Last player standing. Thirty seconds left. Spike planted. Last round before the switch.
Get out of my way.
sides.
Suppressing.
Bomb grenade out.
Last player standing.
Enemy down.
Spike with you. Greetings.
Match point.
Here. Here. Camera taken out.
Point suppressed.
Player standing. Defenders win.
I'm not tired. Are you?